Hey guys, Kamal, United Stone Melbourne. Today I wanted to talk to you about the difference between porcelain and engineered stone. Engineered stone has over 96% of quartz mix within the actual material itself. Quartz, when cut, grinded, polished or altered with, produces a crystalline silica dust. Hence the reason for why we are considering a national ban on the material, because it is super hazardous. Have a look at what happened on the news yesterday.
Toxic dust has been detected inside Coles's Chadstone store, forcing the supermarket to shut its doors and throw out bin loads of products. Unions are worried the cancer-causing silica from nearby renovations could impact workers.
There was some crystalline silica dust found at the renovation of Chadstone shopping centre. The dust got into some of the shelves, and unfortunately all of that food had to be disposed of because crystalline silica dust is that harmful. No organisation will want to risk their clients and their staff from being exposed to crystalline silica dust. The difference between engineered stone and porcelain. Porcelain has zero crystalline silica dust in it. Tested through CSIRO, and we've got the report. It'll come up right here now. From a usability point of view, what it means to a client to have the choice of doing a porcelain benchtop or have the choice of doing an engineered stone benchtop. What's the difference and how would it feel once it's installed on your benchtop? Firstly, all of the issues with engineered stone does not exist with porcelain. If you're cooking up a storm and you wanted to place the hot pot on your benchtop, with porcelain you can, engineered stone you can't. You're cooking and making some curries, making butter chicken, one of my favourite. You can leave the butter chicken sauce on your porcelain benchtop and wipe it off tomorrow, and it'll come off without a stain, and that's guaranteed. Engineered stone, unfortunately, the moment it touches it, you're going to need some heavy cleaners to get it off, like gumption. However, it will eventually come off. But what happens is, using those heavy cleaners like gumption, it does take off the shiny layer off the engineered stone. The second time round you get butter chicken on there, or could be wine, beetroot, you can imagine anything really, is that you don't have that protective shiny layer on the surface anymore, and it's going to be harder to have that stain come out of the surface. Whereas with porcelain, it's guaranteed for life. You can place butter chicken and whatever heavy spices on there, leave it as long as you like, and it'll simply wipe off. Going back to the heat aspect of the porcelain, porcelain is non-combustible, which means you can have it behind a gas burner, whereas an engineered stone, you can't. Porcelain is streak-free, 100% streak-free. One wipe over, everything comes off, doesn't leave any marks, and it is also fingerprint proof. So you can touch it as much as you like, and you will leave no residue off your hands and have no fingerprints appear on the surface. Porcelain is also 100% UV proof. So if you have a window in the kitchen and you get direct sunlight coming in, be assured for the life of the porcelain benchtop, UV will not deteriorate the surface, whereas engineered stone is not UV resistant. So the area that the sunlight hits will deteriorate the surface of the engineered stone. Porcelain does not wear and tear. So in 15 or 20 years time, you can use one specific area of your porcelain benchtop and it'll never deteriorate. You give it all a wipe down and look at it, you'll never spot the area you've never touched. It'll always look the same. Engineered stone, areas that you use a lot of will deteriorate. Porcelain can be used as a splashback, book matched, whereas engineered stone behind a gas cooktop, absolutely not. Now the pigmenting on the porcelain is 100% consistent. So every slab is pigmented in the exact same way. So they come in A and B slabs. When we've got a big 5-metre island or a 4-metre island, a grand island, and we need to do a seam, we cut from the start of one slab, working back, and the start of the next, working the other way. So where the join or the seam is on the porcelain and you bring the two pieces together, the pattern 100% matches, not with engineered stone. Basically, the future of benchtops is porcelain. We've been doing porcelain for the past 5 years. We've been successful at it, and quality porcelain has to be cut on a water jet system using up to 100,000 psi of water pressure with CNC technology, including laser templating. We've perfected the process to do a porcelain benchtop. Downsides. Everything has ups and downs. So the downsides of porcelain is the cost. It's a slower process. It needs a water jet CNC to manufacture. Unfortunately, we can't use a $50,000 saw to cut it. We can't use angle grinders. It's a very, very tough material. It's like cutting into safety glass, but 3 times tougher than safety glass. So the processes involve water jet technology. And with water jet technology, you have the added expense of garnet. And garnet's like the sand that mixes in with the water, and that adds to the cost. Installation. The surface that the porcelain is being installed on has to be 100% flat, level. Porcelain requires a Decortex substrate, which is basically the same material as you use in your carcasses, but slightly thicker as a substrate. But once it's installed, and it's installed correctly, I promise you, and I guarantee you for life of the porcelain benchtop, you will not stain it, you will not burn it, you will not wear it out. It will be fit for purpose for as long as you can keep the porcelain benchtop there. Lovely colours, keep us in mind for your next renovation. Thank you.